completely forgot. Okay. Hi. Okay, so really quick, I wanted to share this dream that I had with God. Well, that God gave me last night. I'm trying to move everything around my table. Okay. So really quick, I wanted to share like this dream that I had last night. And I don't usually share my dreams anymore, only because like everybody's not rooting for you and everybody's not happy about your dreams. But this one was like super special. But basically in the dream, it was like I was at a some type of party with my husband. I'm not married, obviously, but I was at a party with my husband, and everyone was having fun. They were playing Christian music. I remember Travis Green. I don't know which song, but anyways, so they were playing like music. They were playing music. Everyone was having fun, dancing, and then at the end of the night, it was my husband in the dream, his friend, and I like standing upstairs in the room still. And his friend is like showing him pictures. Oh, you know, blah, 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 look at this and blah, 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 look at that. And then his friend was about to show him some other picture. And then I guess his friend's wife started coming up the stairs. And so he was like, I'll wait on it. Like, I won't show you the picture right now. Like, I'll wait. And then, so anyways, so when he said he's not going to share the picture, let me start over. Okay. So, in the dream, we're at a party. My husband and I were at a party, and they're playing Christian music. Travis Green was playing. I remember that, but I don't remember which song. And in the dream, like, after the music was, like, after the party was done, everybody left. It was my husband and I and my husband's friend upstairs. And my husband's friend, like, showing him pictures and, like, oh, look at this picture. Yeah, do you remember? Look at what happened here, blah, 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 blah. But then, it's like his wife started coming upstairs, and he was like, oh, he was like, I'll show you later. Like, I didn't, yeah, that's another question for another time, but that wasn't what stuck out to me in the dream. What stuck out to me in the dream was, when his friend, when my husband's friend wife came upstairs, and he was like, oh, I'll show you later. And my husband was like, oh, why don't you and her go downstairs and wait or whatever. Obviously, whatever was on the phone, he didn't want the wife to see it. I don't know what it was. And so, anyways, so I'm like, but the way my husband said it in the dream, it was like, oh, you know, the way he said, why don't you go downstairs and wait with her? It was so sweet. And I felt like in the dream that I was just like so thankful that I had such a considerate husband, or someone who was just so caring. And then it's like I allowed that thankfulness to start to like make me want to cry or be teary-eyed as I was telling him, okay, I'll be downstairs. And then it's like he was holding me. He was like, I understand that you're thankful, but don't cry right now. Like, save that for when you get home, you know. And what do you say? Like, you're in your 90. You're like at home, and you're, you know, in the comfort of your privateness, like. And then he further explained it like a little bit. He was like, you know, because you don't know who you're opening up yourself to see your vulnerability to, because not everyone's gonna do the right thing with seeing your vulnerability. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you're so right. And so I'm like, okay, so I'm like, he's standing right here, and then I'm like facing him, and then his friend and his friend's wife is behind us, and so I'm like breathing, pulling myself together, but at the same time I'm like, thank you, God, you know, that you've given me someone so wise to know to guard my heart. And so I'm like, okay, and then I kissed him on the cheek or whatever, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs. And then I woke up, and then I was just like thanking God, because I'm like, it wasn't so much of thank you, God, for this husband and stuff, or thank you, God, for showing me my husband, but it was more like, God, you love me that much that you're going to give me someone that wants to protect me, that wants to protect my heart, that's, you know, giving me wise counsel, that's telling me, God, you know, that's telling me, hey, you know, you can feel emotional about it, or you can feel very thankful, but be careful who you allow to see you vulnerable, because you don't know what someone will turn around and do with that vulnerability. You don't know what they'll use against you. You don't know what they'll say to you. You just never really know. And it's good to be vulnerable, but to a certain point, and with God will let you know who to be vulnerable with. He'll let you know like who it's okay to open up. So you can't open yourself up to any and everybody. But the dream, it was just so touching. It was beyond, okay, you showed me that you're going to give me someone wise and discerning. It was more like, you need to discern, Marie. Like, you need to have discernment and realize that I love you that much, that I want to protect you, and that I want you to be able to realize, okay, you have to guard your heart from against people. And another thing that, like, was big for me in the dream was, like, people can fake to be Christian, you can fake to be anything, but you cannot fake being genuine. And the husband who in the dream, he was like genuine, and then it brought me to Luke 6:45, where it says, a good person produces good things from the treasury of a good heart. You have to have a good heart. You have to have a genuine heart in order to produce good things. Like, you can pretend all you want, and like, people can come and say, you know what, I'm your husband, God told me I'm your husband, or I'm a man of God and stuff. No, you have to look at what they're producing, and you have to look at their heart. And that's what it was. And I was just, all day I've been thinking like, God, wow, you love me that much to say protect your heart. You love me that much to say protect your heart, because things in life, the issues of life will flow out of it. You love me enough to say there are things that's going to happen to you, but I want for you you are going to overcome them, but I want you to be protected. Trying to figure out how to say it, but I want you to be protected enough to know that, okay, even though these things happen to you, I not only warned you, but I'm still God, regardless of what's happening, what's going on. But yeah, so that dream was just really amazing to me. I'm like, God, you really do love me. Like, you know, things are gonna happen, people are gonna hurt you and stuff, but you're telling me like to guard your heart more, to be more discerning, to watch who you don't just open up yourself to everybody, and don't tell everybody your aspiration. I know he does love me beyond words. It's just so amazing. It's like, and then sometimes you just have to sit back and be like, God, why do you just love me? I asked him that too one time, and he was like, does any good parent produce a child that they don't love? But yeah, so that was it. You know, it's good to know that he has someone that's, you know, being, I don't know how you would say that, but someone that he's training up to be wise, someone that he's providing discernment with. And not only that he's giving me discernment, that he's giving me wisdom, and that he's helping me to grow, so that when we do come together, we can have each other's backs, and in the meantime, to know that he still has our backs, and then after we get together, he'll still have our backs. And that's just how good God is. Like, he protects his children. He loves his children. He wants to give his children good things. And the same, like, before that next thing comes, he's preparing you. And it was just amazing. It was like, some people get married and then they forget, like, to be grateful for what God, and they take it for granted. But it was like, in the dream, I just felt the gratefulness, and I was just like, whew. Oh my gosh, God, this is what you have for me. Thank you for helping me to wait. But, yep, that was it. I had to share that dream. I don't share dreams too often anymore, but that dream, it was more about how good God is. It wasn't about, I mean, yeah, I was like, yeah, God, you showed me that you have a husband for me. Yeah, that was good, but it was more like, you love me. Like, you love me. Like, you love me enough to tell me to protect my heart. You love me enough to say things are going to happen, and there's nothing wrong with having emotion, but you love me. So yeah, that was it. I'm going to save this video because God's goodness is just amazing. Amazing. Okay, bye.